What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can never drop a pass. Let's get started. Now, before we get in this video, fellas, we are going to be traveling out to 15 more states this offseason for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. So check out that very first link in the description below if you'd like to train with us. We're going to be coming out to San Francisco, California. Then we'll be heading out to Miami, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada, Portland, Oregon, Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Buffalo, New York, Chicago, Illinois. Then we'll be coming out to Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So if you guys would like some more information, if you're local to one of those cities, would like to train with us, again, fellas, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out. Let's get back to this video. All right, guys, today we're going to be going over 5 different tips that are going to help wide receivers to never drop a pass. So the first one is going to be finding a trigger phrase that processes for you. So what do I mean by trigger phrase? I mean something that you can tell yourself every time that ball is thrown to you to make sure that you look the ball all the way in. So it would be really simple for me to just sit here and say, hey, just make sure you keep your eye on the ball. But right, a lot of times that doesn't process the best for wide receivers. Everybody is different. Everybody is a different athlete. So different things process for different players. So I have a million different things that I'll tell different wide receivers to help them look the ball all the way in. One of my favorite ones, this one processes the best for me personally, is taking a photo of the ball with your eyes. So pretend your eyes are a camera. Anytime that ball is thrown to you, whether it's low, whether it's high, you got to dive, you got to jump, whatever it is, you pretend your eyes are a camera and you're trying to take a photograph of just the football, not the football on these trees over here, not the football on the defender, just the football. And when you guys can tell yourself that on repeat, it can become an automated habit in the game. That's the goal, right? When you're full pads, helmet on, you got defenders trying to take your head off, you're not thinking about taking a photo of the ball. It has to be an automated habit. It's the same thing as like a quarterback, for example. When he's in an actual game, he's worried about reading the defense. He's not thinking about his elbow getting up or him following through to get a good spiral. He's already done it. It's an automated habit, and that's how we need to be with catching. So make sure we find a trigger phrase, a good one that you can use. Hey, take a photo of that football with your eyes. All right, guys, now the second thing that is going to help you to never drop a pass, and I guess this can fall into the category of a trigger phrase, if you will, but find a way to hold yourself accountable to look the football all the way in when you're doing drill work. So something I used to coach high school receivers at a high school called Los Alamitos High School, right? And a part of our everyday drills, like every single practice, non-negotiable, we would go through these different warm-up lines where I would throw to the guys and they would run straight at me and catch. They go to the side, over the shoulder, and we would do that every single day. Every single time that a receiver had a catch, I would make them say if they saw laces or no laces when they tucked the ball away. So like they'd be running at me, pretend the camera is me. They'd be running, I'd throw them a ball, they'd catch, and they had to verbally call out, or else it was wrong and we had to do it again. Laces or no laces at the tuck. So that forced them to look the ball all the way into the tuck. So in a game, they had that automated habit that made sure that they never dropped a pass. That's a very easy thing you can do to make sure that we are consistent with our catching. All right, guys, so the next thing I want to talk about to help wide receivers stop dropping passes is you want to stop letting the football hit your palm. So what I mean by that is, like, you hear the phrase all the time, like, hey, you want to have soft hands. Like, what the hell does soft hands even mean? That means you don't, when that ball's thrown to you, you don't want to hear this big bounce, right? So, like, I'm based in Southern California, and growing up, before the Rams and before the Chargers were here, we would go to the Cowboys training camp up in, like, Ontario, I want to say is where, Oxnard, actually, I want to say it's Oxnard. I'm not 100% sure on exactly where it is. But anyways, I went there as a kid. Des Bryant would be there. And every time that dude would catch the ball, you wouldn't hear a single thing. Like, that ball would be, it would just be the most quietest sound. That's the definition of soft hands. And when he's catching the ball, he is catching that ball in the webbing of his hand. That's the thing that's going to help you guys stop dropping passes. We don't want this ball to make contact with my palm. Like, obviously a little bit's okay. You don't want to be finger tipping it, because that's how you can jam a finger. But you want to be in the webbing of your hands, your fingers, because that is going to be that soft position where you can secure the pass and put this thing away. Now, some of you may not have the strongest grip in the world. So that's why working on your grip strength is important. A simple drill that you guys can do: you get a football, you hold the ball in the webbing of your hands, and you just do these tiny catches all the way around the ball. Now, if you do enough of them, you're going to start to feel a burn in your hand, especially if you are on the weaker grip side of things. So making sure that that ball stays in the webbing of my hands is how we can prevent it from bouncing off and having that real loud contact when a QB throws us a pass. All right, guys, so the next thing I want to talk about is going to help us catch every single over-the-shoulder pass. So anytime that you guys are running downfield, and let's say you got a DB who's right on your hip, it's a fade ball, I guess this wouldn't necessarily be considered a drop, but it would be it technically is a drop because the DB is able to knock the ball out of our hands. We dropped the pass, we had it, and we weren't able to secure it. One of the main mistakes that so many receivers make is that they're very early with their hands, and a lot of coaches give very bad advice with this. That ball's thrown over the shoulder, and everybody hears the phrase, oh, you want to high point the ball, right? So I'm not saying don't high point the ball. I like high pointing the ball when that ball is underthrown. So for example, you're running a fade downfield and let's say the quarterback throws it, but it's underthrown, it slows you down. That's when you want to go high point the ball and come back to it. But if he keeps you in stride, you want your hands to be late. You do not want early hands because all early hands does is let that DB know exactly where the ball is going to be. So if you're running downfield and you're here and you start to show your hands up in the air like this, that DB doesn't even need to turn his head. He knows exactly when that ball makes contact, where to shoot his hands through to knock that ball out. So I would say you want to let this ball drop to be right below chest level. Good guy to watch for this would be Davante Adams. Watch any catch that he has downfield. He is never showing early hands. So ball is thrown, you want to be here. You want to be running and you want to trust your eyes and catch this thing late. So one, we could put it away and that DB has no idea where that ball is going to be so he could shoot his hands through. All right, guys, so another reason that wide receivers will drop passes coming over the middle is that they will not put that ball away violently. So that's another tip that you guys can do to make sure that you stop dropping passes in traffic. Be violent to the tuck. So obviously we want to take the photo. Obviously I want to look the ball into the tuck. But when that whole process needs to happen insanely fast at a certain point, right? That's what I'm talking about, having it be automated in a game. But when you guys are working different routes, like let's say you're going routes versus air with your team and you're running a post, you're running a dig. As soon as you secure that ball, you want this thing violently to the tuck. So many guys, they'll be coming over the middle, they'll be running, they'll catch the pass, and then they're trying to turn upfield, they hold the ball away, and they get hit, somebody knocks it down, somebody makes a play on their hands, they'll shoot the hands, whatever it is, and that ball get knocked out. And that's on us as a receiver. You're coming over the middle, slant, dig, whatever it is, you make that catch, right, guys? You make the catch, let's put this thing right away to the tuck, secure it, so if you do get hit, at least it was worth it, and we hung on to the ball. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like to train with us in 15 different states this offseason, we're coming all the way out to San Francisco, California, to Miami, Florida, Texas, Philadelphia, all over the country. Check out that very first link in the description below. Again, we'd love to have you out there. I'll see you guys next time.